Stop right there!
Wait. Shepard?
Vitor's the only one who can tell us what happened here. We should work together to find him.
Head for the warehouse through the center of the colony.
Monsters coming back. Mechs will protect. Safe from swarms. The Seekers find you. Freeze you. Then the monsters take you away.
We need to get this data to the elusive man. Grab the Quarian and call the shuttle to come pick us up.
What? Vitor is injured. He needs treatment, not an interrogation.
He's traumatized and he needs medical care. Tali will give us the Omni-Tool data and take him to the flotilla.
Understood, Commander.
Thank you, Shepard. I'm glad you're still the one giving the orders.
Shepard, our data indicates that Tali is somewhere in these ruins. There is considerable Geth activity and an environmental hazard.
With my shields.
We should keep out of the light.
The Geth are here. I've stayed by the other's time. Anyone who gets this, find Tali Zora. She and that data are all that matters.
Our ancestors walked these halls with uncovered heads. The sun must have been normal back then. So much space, walls of stone. It's amazing. I wish my friends could see it. I wish Shepard were here. Thank you, Shepard. If not for you, I would never have made it out of this room. This whole mission has been a disaster. I wish I'd joined you back on Freedom's Progress, but I couldn't let anyone take my place on something this risky.
What can you tell me about your research here?
Haystrom's sun is destabilizing. Back when this was a Quarian colony, it was a normal star. It shouldn't change that quickly.
Any idea what's destabilizing the sun?
If I had to guess, I'd say that it was dark energy affecting the interior of the star. But Haystrom's sun is far too young for this to be natural.
Whatever the reason, I'm glad I could help. Once you deliver that data, I could use you on the Normandy.
I promised to see this mission through. I did. I can leave with you and send the data to the fleet. And if the admirals have a problem with it, they can go to hell.
Cerberus saw footage of you in action, Tali Zora. We're looking forward to having you on the team. Your engineering expertise will really benefit the mission.
I don't know who you are, but Cerberus threatened the security of the migrant fleet. Don't make nice.
I wasn't part of what happened to the migrant fleet, but I understand your distrust.
I assumed that you were undercover, Shepard. Maybe even planning to blow Cerberus up. If that's the case, I'll loan you a grenade. Otherwise, I'm here for you, not for them. Remember, Shepard, these people thought enslaving Thorian creepers and Rachni was a good idea. I'll be in engineering.
Don't forget to introduce yourself to EDI, the ship's new artificial intelligence.
Oh yeah, we should hear the long debate between these two characters because, you know, they're going out.
The second-tier stabilizers.
I love it when you talk dirty.
See what I mean?
Yes.
Shepard, I've got a problem and I may need your help. But I need to ask you something first. I need to know if I can trust you. Some of this might involve fleet security. Cerberus cannot be involved.
You have my word. If necessary, I'll contact the elusive man to make sure he stays out.
Cerberus can't be involved,
that's
so
very
that'll work.
distant.
Hearing it from you is enough. I just received a message from the migrant fleet. The Admiralty Board has accused me of treason. I'm scared, Shepard.
Nobody who knows you could believe you'd betray your people, Tali.
I don't know. They don't lay charges like this unless the evidence seems absolute. But thanks. I appreciate your faith in me, Shepard.
Okay, so this plot, unlike most of the other loyalty missions, actually ties directly into one of the main plot threads of this game and the next game, and one of the major themes of the series as a whole.
Is it because you're working with Cerberus?
I'm not working with Cerberus. I'm working with you. And
You're the one working with Cerberus.
Again. I have no idea what they're accusing me of. You'd think I would remember if I betrayed the fleet.
What happens when a Quarian is accused of treason?
There's a hearing, with members of the Admiralty Board acting as judges. My father is an admiral on the board. He'll have to recuse himself from judgment. I can't even imagine what he's thinking right now. The punishment for treason is exile. If they convict me, I can never go back.
So you have no idea why they're accusing you?
None. The specifics of charges like this are rarely discussed on open channels. I won't know any more until I get to the flotilla.
Maybe they're just trying to get her back.
What happens if you're convicted?
Like I said, exile. The specifics are up to the judges. If it's deemed only a tragic mistake in judgment, the guilty party might receive a small ship and supplies. Not that it really matters. Either way, if I'm convicted, I'll never see the migrant fleet again.
I was convicted of treason by the flotilla, and all I got was this small ship.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, is that such a bad thing? I mean, you've got the rest of the universe to play in, and obviously you can go hop, skipping, and jumping wherever you want. So, what's the problem?
Well, since essentially these are space gypsies, it's like, you're already a homeless nomad, and now you're getting kicked out of your caravan. So
I can never go to this one ship that happens to be in one place in one particular point of the star systems, and that's right, we visit 15 in 10 minutes.
Well, it also means you can't go to the fleet where your dad's an admiral. So there's that.
I'm sorry, there's Skype, not a sponsor. Yeah, seriously, no phone calls? I mean, yeah, it seems weird and arbitrary. Why not prison, torture, death, fired from a cannon
no
to the
prison
sun?
And no death penalty?
We don't have the spare resources for long-term incarceration. Monitored work detail is more effective. And we don't have enough people to afford executions. An exile
don't buy that.
can still have children, and those children are welcomed back to the fleet.
How often is someone from the fleet charged with treason?
It's rare.
Every week.
It must be something that affects the entire flotilla, not just one ship. The most recent one was Honora Vanya Vassilani, an engineer who handed over fleet defense schematics to the Batarians. She had good intentions. The Batarians were contracted to upgrade our systems, but they passed the defense schematics to a pirate gang.
Was she convicted?
No. She made a suicide run on the pirate gang. She destroyed them before they could attack the fleet. She was pardoned posthumously. Let's hope I don't have to prove my innocence that way.
Okay. Let's go find the flotilla.
I was going to book passage on another ship. I didn't think there would be time for you to help. Thank you, Shep.
Yeah, it's not like you've been gallivanting
I'll
around the universe
program
doing
the
everybody else's
Normandy with
errands.
the flotilla's current location. The admirals will be waiting for us.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me in all this shooting, nobody could spare bullets to execute people? Let alone if they were really lazy, they just simply open a door to space. You are telling me that no, we can't afford somebody opening a door to space.
Their population is too low.
They can't spare someone to open a door, is what you're telling me. I don't buy it.
What do you mean?
Sorry. Well, she's saying they can't execute people because we don't have the staff.
No, they don't execute people because they are an endangered species and they are not killing members of their own species no matter what they do.
Excuse me, gene sample, exit door, clone person. It seems a real easy thing to do to me. This is the future.
I think cloning is not accessible to everybody. Obviously, Miranda's whole thing is about that. I think
that's the first thing they go for.
It's incredibly expensive, I believe.
Ugh. Don't buy that either.
Okay, I see.
Get some stomach cells, put it in a petri dish. How expensive is that? Like $1.98.
Well, not at all. If all you want is a stomach.
No, it's just the best undifferentiated cells.
Okay, mass
Still
relay.
find that way too cute. Yeah, see, in all of this, the punishment is you can't go in this one ship that is one place, one part of the galaxy. Ever.
Well, look, most people don't have the freedom of movement within the galaxy that we have. We have this because money and all this other stuff.
But she does, so it's not like it's going to be that big of a deal.
And what she's saying is, if you're lucky, they give you a ship. I don't know what they do for you if you're unlucky.
And if you're unlucky,
you don't.
They might read
maybe they
some
just
of the
drop you off
first.
Drop you off on a planet, or maybe they just open the door. Who knows?
Well, obviously they don't open doors because they don't have the staff.
Decisions you make in this game will have dire ramifications in Mass Effect 3.
Well, like Diarrhea ramification.
See, it is
Okay,
stuff
so
like,
what about mind wiping? Why don't
it
they,
is
why don't they
stuff like
zap
that that makes people complain about the ending when they say there
Don't
were no
ruin it for me.
ramifications. Okay, all right. So who do we want to pick? I think actually we want Garrus
Well,
again
Tali, obviously.
because we're going to be fighting synthetics. So we want somebody with overload.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no problem with Garrus. I'm going to do it.
Considering how much fun he was on the last adventure.
Oh, should I have... I should have picked his outfit.
Points? Oh, his alt?
Yeah, I should
Did you
have
go
done
back?
his...
Go back.
No, but I think I can do it before... I think I can do it before the next... there'll be another selection point.
He needs some clothes. Yeah, because he's been wearing those
Combat
marble
drone.
rags for I don't know how long.
Okay,
you didn't want to up the drone. I figured the drone would be more of a.
I don't think the
valuable.
drone is that effective no matter how much you do it, but AI
But
hacking
it's
when
comedic.
it works is
It's funny.
multiple synthetics. Yeah, I think multiples.
Maybe the drone's just not any good till it gets to level 4. We don't know.
Well, it will get there eventually.
Mm.
Okay. Oh, and that game's me AI hacking at some point. So Shepard will be able to do that on her own.
So we don't have to take Tali anywhere. Little Miss Exiled.
This is Talizora Vasnima Naraya, requesting permission to dock with the Raya.
Yeah, say that 3 times real
Our
fast.
system has your ship flagged as Cerberus. Verify.
After time adrift among open stars, along tides of light and through shoals of dust, I will return to where I began.
Permission granted. Welcome home, Talizora.
Traitor.
We'd like a security and quarantine team to meet us. Our ship is not clean.
Understood. Approach exterior docking cradle 17.
What does she mean by unclean?
This entire race has been exiled from their homeland. They have severe immune system issues. That's why they're all in the spacesuits.
Well, I had a feeling
no
they
matter
were the
where they
spacesuits.
go, even on their own ships. So ships that are not entirely composed of quarry and crew
Captain
are not
Shepard,
generally scrubbed to the
Tali
same
told
level
me a
of
lot
cleanliness
about you. We
biologically.
should be meeting under more pleasant circumstances.
Tali helped the Normandy's crew out of many difficult situations. I'm here to return the favor.
I understand. As the commander of the vessel she serves on, your voice carries weight. I wish I could do more to help, Tali. The trial requires that I be officially neutral, but I'm here if you need to talk. They're charging you with bringing active Geth into the fleet as part of a secret project.
That's insane. I never brought active Geth aboard. I only sent parts and pieces.
Okay, so this follows directly with what was going on with Tali in the first one. Remember, she was the one who basically said that you could recover information from Geth, because we thought that, oh, Geth just self-destruct their memory cores when they die and you never get anything off it. So she's been collecting bits of dead Geth and sending them back to somebody on the fleet who's doing research.
Right, we're gonna end up with a
Sent materials back to the
Franken-Geth.
migrant fleet?
Yes, my father was working on a project. He needed the materials. If I sent back something that was only damaged, not permanently inactive, no, I checked everything. I was careful.
Technically, I'm under orders to place Talizora under arrest pending the hearing. So, Tali, you're confined to this ship until this trial is over.
Thank you, Captain.
Preparations got underway as soon as you arrived. The hearing's
Wait,
being
wait,
held
wait,
in
wait.
the
They're
Garden
securing
Plaza.
her on the giant getaway
luck.
vehicle?
No, she's confined to this ship. We're already on the Quarian ship. Okay, so this is Nargajan. I am solo without Blackstar. I'm doing a pickup here because something we did last time seemed to mess stuff up. We actually got all the dialogue that was supposed to happen after the trial scene before the trial actually happened. And I think the problem was that
She's as good as can be.
Yeah, see, I came over here, and Admiral Ron was standing here. And we talked to her before the trial happened.
Talizora of us, Normandy. I am glad you came. I could delay them only so long.
Auntie Ron! Shepherd Vas Normandy, this is Admiral Shalaran Vas Tonbe. She's a friend of my father's. Wait, Ron, you called me Vas Normandy.
I'm afraid I did, Tali. The Admiralty Board moved to have you tried under that name, given your departure from the Nima.
Okay, so this scene we did not get at all. For some reason, we skipped to the scene after this. I have no idea how it happened. But now I guess we'll get to play through this scene, and I will insert this into the video and remove all of our confused discussion in the main video about why we didn't get this.
You're an admiral. Does that mean you're one of the judges?
I'm afraid not. My history with Tali and her father forced me to recuse myself.
I imagine father had to do the same.
You'll see inside, Tali. For my part, I moderate and ensure that the rules of protocol are followed, but I have no vote in the judgment.
I take it being associated with a human ship is a bad sign.
They stripped me of my ship name. That's as good as declaring me exiled already.
It's not over yet, Tali. You have friends who still know you as Tali Zora Vas Nima. Whatever we must call you legally.
I guess we should get started. Does Tali have a defense counselor? Someone who speaks for her side.
Indeed she does, Captain Shepard. She is part of your crew now, recognized by Quarian law. And remember, an accused is always represented by his or her ship's captain.
So, you would actually speak for my defense?
Great, I am not a lawyer and I have no idea about Quarian law, but hey, why not?
It would have been helpful to know about this earlier, Tali.
Our legal rules are simple. There are no legal tricks or political loopholes for you to worry about. Present the truth as best you can. It will have to be enough. Now come. I promised that I would not delay you.
That is such nonsense. To them to tell you there's no legal trickery is like the surest notice that there is no legal trickery. That just means people get to decide it the way they want.
This conclave is brought to order. Blessed are the ancestors who kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Keep us alive.
Keep us alive.
The accused Tali Zora Vas Normandy has come with her captain to defend herself against a charge of treason.
Objection! A human has no business at a hearing involving such sensitive military matters.
Then you should not have declared Tali crew of the Normandy, Admiral Chorus. By right as Tali's captain, Shepard must stay.
Checkmate.
Objection withdrawn.
Shepard Vas Normandy, your crew member Tali Zora stands accused of treason. Will you speak for her?
Do I have a choice? Alright, so what do I got here? Alright, so I obviously haven't been bad enough to get the Renegade option here. Might as well use the Paragon one since I have it.
If it helps Tali, I will. But in her heart, she remains Tali Zora Vas Nima, a proud member of the migrant fleet. I regret that her captain is forbidden to stand at her side today.
Nobody has been forbidden from anything. It is a simple...
Lie to them if you must, Zalcoris, but don't lie to me and expect me to stay silent. The human is right.
Admirals, please. Shepard's willingness to represent Tali Zora in this hearing is appreciated. Tali, you're accused of bringing active guests to the migrant fleet. What say you?
Tali would never endanger the migrant fleet. She pleads not guilty.
I left parts and technology for teams to pick up. My father ordered me to do so. But I would never send active guests to the fleet. Everything I sent was disabled and harmless.
Then explain how Geth seized the lab ship where your father was working.
What are you talking about? What happened?
As far as we can tell, Tali. The Geth have killed everyone on the Alarai. Your father included.
How come Geth don't get capitalized?
Keela.
Oh, now I have a Renegade option. But that's okay, I'm still gonna be... nice guy.
I appreciate the need for this trial, Admirals. But right now, our first concern must be the safety of the migrant fleet. The Normandy stands ready to assist in whatever capacity necessary.
Thank you. Quarry and strike teams have attempted to retake the ship, so far without success.
Shepard, we have to take back the Alarai.
The safest course would be to simply destroy the ship. But if you are looking for an honorable death instead of exile...
I'm looking for my father, you bastet!
You intend to retake the Alarai from the Geth? This proposal is extremely dangerous.
Let's see. If it proves dangerous... yeah, I think we gotta do it.
With your permission, Admirals, yes. The good of the fleet must come first. And Tali needs to find her father.
Agreed. And if you die on this worthy mission, Tali, we will see that your name is cleared of these charges.
We can discuss that later.
Then it is decided. You will attempt to retake the Alarai. You are hereby given leave to depart the Raya. A shuttle will be waiting at the secondary docking hangar. Be safe, Tali. This hearing will resume upon your return, or upon determination that you have been killed in action.
Yeah, good enough. Let's go. Alright, so that was the scene that we missed on our first playthrough due to some bug or something, and now I'll just resume our...
Thank you for agreeing to take back the Alarai, Shepard. The Admiral sounds sure that my father is already dead, but... I don't know. We won't know anything until we get there.
How are you holding up? They just threw a lot of fire at you, even before telling you about your father.
I knew this would be bad, but I guess you're never really prepared to be charged with treason. And my father, I don't know. He could still be alive. They don't know for certain that he's dead. I just don't know, Shepard, and I need to find out.
Is there anyone here you want to talk to before we go?
We can talk with the Admirals. It might help us to see what their viewpoints are. But I doubt we'll change anyone's mind by talking to them privately.
Let's go.
Right. The sooner we get to the Alarai, the sooner we'll know what happened.
Shepard, the secondary docking hangar is through the conclave chamber where you are now. The shuttle they have provided is unarmed.
Understood.
Whatever Geth are on the Alarai have likely built more of themselves. Expect heavy...
Loyalty to the fleet.
Okay, so there's
but
Vitor.
more than just killing it. Talizor is guilty.
Tali Zora, given the circumstances, are you certain that speaking to me is appropriate?
Hey, Claudia.
I'm looking for information about the Alarai. I don't intend to bribe you in the middle of the plaza, Admiral.
Pleasure to meet you, Commander Shepard. We owe you a debt of gratitude for your actions against the Geth.
Tali was with me. Saren and the Geth would have destroyed us all without her help.
Your political machinations are transparent, Commander. They are also unnecessary. If you and your father were actually experimenting on active Geth subjects, then you are simply idiots. No reason to waste resources on a trial. If not, then this was a tragic accident in the pursuit of a higher cause. Again, no trial is needed to determine that.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Little. We detected several communication signatures before the Geth jammed the comm systems. Given the likely networked intelligence requirements for taking over a ship, expect between 10 and 50 units.
Then this can't have anything to do with me. I only sent parts and pieces, and certainly not enough to make that many Geth.
If you're not interested in this trial, why not recuse yourself?
And let that aging warship Hangerel and the cowardly Zalcorus be the ones to chart this course? I think not. The broader purpose underlying the trial is too important. Tali Zora is only peripherally related. No offense intended.
And what is the true purpose of this trial, Admiral?
To determine whether Quarians should fear their past mistakes or reclaim their glory using our natural affinity for artificial intelligence.
So the only reason you care about this is because Rael might have learned something valuable from the Geth.
Indeed. If he has, then even in this accident we may find something worthwhile.
You want to create new AIs?
No, Tali Zora.
I wish to return the Geth to the control of their rightful masters, the Quarian race.
You're insane.
And for a minute I thought maybe she was the middle moderate. You know, everybody is either pro-Tali or anti-Tali, and she doesn't really care, but she's interested in getting control of the Geth back. Which is the other really interesting plot thread that goes through all the games, along with the bits about the Krogan and the Genophage.
Sounds like your ideas about synthetics are in the minority.
Yes, at least on the Admiralty board, Hangerel sees an enemy that must be crushed. Zalcorus would run away and hide on some new colony world. Shalaran is still undecided. I had thought Rael to be firmly in Han's camp, but if his experiments were on active Geth, perhaps we have ideas in common.
You support experiments on living creatures.
Rael should have felt no more guilt experimenting on Geth than I did while performing surgery on a childhood toy.
When did you do that?
The fact that you performed surgery on your childhood toys explains a great deal, Admiral.
Yeah.
A ship travels faster than I can. With the right programming, it can choose locations, even defend itself when attacked. But it is just a machine. It was built for the sole purpose of serving its master, and it can be dismantled whenever its master desires.
If we don't find Rael alive on the Alarai, what do you think will happen?
The power balance will be disrupted. Han loses a vote for his foolish and self-destructive war. That would favor peace then, as Shalaran is too careful to risk her own neck. But if the Admiral replacing Rael agrees with me, things could become very exciting.
Thank you for the information.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Okay, so she doesn't want to hide from the Geth, and she doesn't want to destroy the Geth. She wants to take them over. Okay, call Rhaegar, Vitor. We'll talk to them after the whole thing is over, I think. Shalaran we already talked to a little bit.
Even during
Let's talk to the other admirals.
Tali, I'm glad Admiral Ran got you leave to hit the Alarai. Hopefully you'll find something that clears your name.
I'm more concerned with finding my father, Admiral.
I wish you luck. Blow up some Geth on the way. And your Captain Shepard, Admiral Hangerel Vasnima. You got Admiral Corris backing up worse than a Krogan toilet. I'm glad to see Tali's captain knows how to handle a courtroom.
Okay, so Hangerel is friendly to Tali, but not towards the Geth.
I get the sense you're inclined to believe the defense. I'm glad one of the judges is.
If you were only giving Rael inactive equipment for weapons tests, I've got no problem. We need to test weapons against Geth material. I know you and your father. You put too much of yourselves into this fleet to do anything to jeopardize our safety. And you're both smart enough not to make mistakes like the ones they're saying you made.
So that's two people who basically think, well, the trial is unnecessary because either you're stupid or you're... oh well.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Nothing good. We sent some of our best Marines into that hellhole. Damn few made it back. Whatever Rael was doing, it blew up in his face. A ship is crawling with Geth. Don't go in expecting survivors.
Admiral, my father, your friend, is on that ship.
I know that, Tali, but if Shala hadn't suggested you might volunteer, we'd already have destroyed the Alarai. That's where we stand.
You and Tali's father go back a long ways?
We served together on the gunship Yaska during a bad Batarian raid.
As opposed to a good one.
Kids, serving pre-pilgrimage as trainees. Crew of 10, and 6 were dead. Kinetic barriers were down. Rael and I were alone on the bridge, and the Batarians had drawn off a tramp freighter.
So you probably should have started with 10 live crew. That would have worked better.
Did you save the freighter?
Our ship was under orders to hold position, but Rael looked at me and said, "We're underage. They can't charge us for breaking formation." He took the helm, I took weapons, and we brought that freighter back. The crew called us heroes. The brass called us idiots. They slapped medals on our suits, then kicked us off to pilgrimage a bit earlier than usual. That's Rael for you.
Can you tell me about the other admirals? Anything that might help me change their minds about Tali?
When you didn't recognize Tali as Admiral Zen, she's on the fence. She takes fleet safety very seriously. On the other hand, she's always been in favor of studying the Geth. I hope she sees the benefits of Rail's research. Admiral Chorus is the same whining suit wetter he always was.
Okay, so he wants to defeat the Geth, Zen wants to control them, and they might be able to agree on some middle ground, but Chorus seems to be the odd one out here.
You disagree with Admiral Chorus's policies, I'm guessing. Or is it personal?
The man is a damn Geth apologist. Thinks we were wrong to try to destroy them centuries ago. He wants us to search for new colony possibilities instead of taking back the home world. Any research on the Geth makes him angry. You don't have much of a chance with him, I'm afraid.
Okay, so the guy they isolate here is the peacenik, right? The guy who basically says, hey, you made some self-aware robots, and they had a slave rebellion, and you may be kind of blamed for this. But at the same time, they make him he doesn't want to study them, I guess because he considers them sentient? Not really sure.
Sounds like we're dealing with more politics than just Tali bringing back equipment.
You noticed that, did you? Tali's father wasn't just running weapons tests on the Geth for fun.
Although they are fun.
He was looking for something to give us an edge when we attacked the Geth in full-scale war.
And there it comes out.
I know Father wanted to retake the homeworld someday, but are we that close?
No.
I don't know, kid. We almost had the votes. We just need to give people hope for victory.
Yes, okay, so when you mean we were close to getting enough votes to decide to go to war, not close to actually being able to win.
I hope the Quarian people find someplace to live, Admiral. But it sounds like you're playing with fire.
A little bit.
We're too comfortable now, Shepard. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy and we just ride around doing nothing.
We might need that fleet to help fight the Reapers, Admiral.
Then we need a world to shelter our non-combatants while we do it.
Thanks for the information.
Hang in there, kid.
Thank you, Admiral.
Alright, so that just leaves Chorus.
Judging by your ability to play to a crowd, human, I have done Tali a favor by stripping Vasnima from her name.
Commander Shepard, this is Admiral Zalkorus Vasquibquib. Do not ask about the name.
I take no pleasure in this, Tali, truly. But you have gravely endangered and dishonored our fleet.
Can you tell me anything about the LRI?
Only that you should have let us destroy it. When we find the evidence of what Tali and her father did there, any hope of convincing the other admirals will die.
I did not bring active Geth to the Alarai, Admiral. I know how dangerous that would be. I only brought pieces.
The captured ship with its crew slaughtered by living beings in pain belies your argument.
What exactly is your problem with my crew member, Admiral?
I respect Tali immensely. Her actions against Saren are to be lauded. But, like her father, she wants nothing but the destruction of the Geth. The people we created. The people we wronged.
The Geth drove us from our homeworld.
Of course they did. We tried to kill them.
So notice they give the most reasonable position, the position that I actually happen to agree with, they give it to the biggest jerk on the fleet. They also don't really get a chance to ask him substantively about his opinion on the Geth. We just get the usual questions about Lab Ship. This one is an option to ask about Tali. We get the standard one about Admiral Infighting, and then the other one is a joke option to ask him about his ship name after Tali told us not to.
You and the other admirals appear to have some disagreements beyond Tali's trial.
You are correct. Tali, I apologize for it being brought into your proceedings. The other admirals are pushing for war. Rail Zora was researching new weapons to use against the Geth. They would see our fleet destroyed in the skies over our homeworld, rather than find a new colony and adapt.
Can the Quarians coexist with the Geth after all your history?
I don't know. We all deserve to find out. They are our children, Shepard. We have all done horrible things to each other, but it has to end. For both groups. That is why I cannot sanction whatever experiments you helped enable, Tali Zora. I believe this message needs to be sent.
I understand, Admiral. I do not agree with you, but I understand.
Alright, might as well ask about the ship.
You have a ship named Quib Quib?
Oh, here we go.
Our people have, during difficult periods, purchased pre-owned vessels from other cultures, and have, on occasion, had difficulty altering the ship's registry information. The citizens of these foreign-named ships have borne the stigma of these names with grace and honor.
If it bothers you, maybe you should find another ship.
I've occasionally entertained the idea of requesting a transfer. Something with a nice, respectable name, like the Defrons or the Ictomy. But I am proud of the Quib Quib, and I will not flee because of petty insults.
Alright, so in case the joke was missed by anybody, we've noticed that in their language you use the particle Vas to indicate someone is from a ship, so that would have made the guy from the Vas Defrons, haha. Or, what was the other one? Vas Ictomy? I didn't catch the subtitle.
We should move on.
Goodbye, Tali Zora. Be well.
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I don't hate you, Tali. I just think your father's plans for war were wrong.
Alright, so that will be the end of this bit, and I will now return to the original playthrough with Blackstar, because we go from here to going to take over, to recover the Geth ship. Or actually, the ship that's been taken over by Geth.
You set me up, Shala. You told Captain Donna not to say anything? I don't hear that my father may be dead until I'm in the trial? Why?
The admirals needed to hear the shock in your voice, Tali. Otherwise, they might not have let you try to retake the Alaray. That is your best chance at recovering evidence that can exonerate you. I am sorry. We cannot afford sensitivity, Tali.
Are the judges that set on finding her guilty?
Anything involving the Geth is a live wire, Shepard. But there is still hope. And Girls greatly respects both you and Tali Zora for stopping Saren.
That was his name.
Of course, sees the whole thing as a war crime and wants to convict. I have no idea what Admiral Zen wants. You should get to the Alarai soon. Is there anything else I can tell you?
What can you tell us about the Alarai?
Not much, I'm afraid. Real Zora only said that he was researching new defense technology.
He told me only that he needed any Geth parts or pieces I found. I assumed he was testing weapons on Geth components.
We knew nothing until the Alarai sent a distress signal, then went dead. We didn't even know about the Geth until a boarding team was attacked.
You're saying there's no data about the inside of the ship?
That's exactly what I am saying. The Marines who survived and escaped saw bodies in the halls. We must assume the worst.
No, we don't.
How long have you known Tali's family?
Since before Real was an admiral. 25 or 30 years, I'd guess. I was there when Tali was born. Her mother and I had synced up our suits so we could be in the same open-air room. I was sick for a week, but it was worth it. I was the one who took Tali from her mother and put her in the bubble. She cried so hard.
I don't understand. You put your children in bubbles?
Environmental units. It's a step between relying on the mother's immune system through nursing and getting a suit of one's own.
The bubbles let parents take their children out of the clean rooms safely. We don't wear suits until adolescence.
There's a celebration when
yeah,
a
can
child
you imagine
gets
changing
their
one of those
first suit.
every time the kid grows?
It's a coming of age.
I'm not hearing much about Rail's involvement in Tali's life.
It's difficult to explain. I shouldn't.
It's all right, Hanshala. No secrets between shipmates. I think I told Shepard about my father.
If you say so. Real was committed to the Quarian cause. That didn't leave him a lot of time for his family. He wanted to give Tali and her mother the home world, or a strong fleet at least. That was how he showed his love.
Notice how Tali had to say, I think I told Shepard about my dad, probably because information about whether certain conversations happened in the first game aren't all recorded, so...
Or accurate.
Yeah, so the devs literally don't know whether the player knows that information or not, so Tali just has to go like...
the guy in the back bouncing.
Yeah, he's getting ready, he's getting ready to serve.
To do the 50-yard dash? What is he limbering up?
What kind of evidence will carry weight with the admirals?
Tali, you admitted to sending Geth parts to your father for his project.
Yes,
Weight has
but
nothing to do with
never
it.
anything that could have come back online on its own. I took every possible precaution.
I wiped the cards, I swear.
And experiments. Something that proves you were careful. Something that proves that this is all just a terrible accident that nobody could have foreseen.
There seem to be some other arguments going on among the admirals.
You know what? This conversation shouldn't be happening
the
here.
presence makes this a touchy issue. The Admiralty Board is trying to determine whether to focus on colonial
What, you mean I'm having a stroke?
or attempt to retake the home world.
I think
You're thinking of war with the
You hit the
Geth?
wrong button?
I am not, Tali, but others are.
I know the migrant fleet is formidable, but even you can't take on the Geth.
We grow tired of one day.
Only I and my small ship can do that.
We want our world back. We have paid enough for our mistake. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm telling you which way the wind is blowing.
We should move on.
Good luck on the Alarai.
No, let me get this straight. So they never take off those suits?
No,
Ever?
no, that was from the beginning.
They don't even have like their own quarters and or room and or sanitary environments or bubbles or whatnot that they can take that shit off.
Generally not. It's basically it's a big production to do that.
Wow. I can't imagine the smell of wearing that thing for years.
Not all humans are
Hashtag not all humans.
Talizora Vas Nima. Oh, sorry. I mean Vas Normandy.
No offense taken. The change in name was not my choice.
Per Admiral Rand's orders, the shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shepard Vas Normandy.
Can you tell us anything about what we'll find on the Alarai?
I'm afraid I don't know much. Not many Marines made it back from the initial assault. They talked about massive waves of Geth, though. More than there should have been.
There shouldn't have been any at all.
Right. I mean that they're afraid the Geth are building or repairing more of themselves from materials on the Alarai.
Let's head to the Alarai.
Of course. I'll unlock the shuttle now. Good luck with those Geth, Talizora. Kila Selai.
Man, what happens if you sneeze in there?
Okay, now if I remember here, I don't know if there are a lot of long sight lines for snipers.
There is apparently a lot of pollen.
Okay, so overload and hack.
More like heavy overload.
Alright, so let that guy take out those guys.
They should punch through their armor.
They do know that that's like clear, right? Send a grenade opportunity. So, okay, so you hacked them so they're all going after each other?
Yep.
Cool. Well, here's my question. If you can hack them to do that, why don't you hack them to, like, have them commit suicide? Wouldn't that be quicker?
Deploying combat drone.
Combat drone, still terrible. Alright, and we have to make sure we investigate everything.
Yes, because we have to find monies.
Something's slowing down the systems. We're taking down the firewalls to rebalance load distribution. Railzora ordered us to bypass standard safeties. Following security protocols will take too long.
Okay, so we already know
the evidence that will exonerate her.
Yeah, we already know that the guy is like, forget the safety protocols. It's gonna take too long. So we already know he's doing something dangerous.
You're gonna bypass the safeties? You can't do that. Bad things will happen.
Okay, the objective is that way, so this is a side thing. Yep. Repair drone.
This is one of the storage units.
Looks like somebody's head.
Father. Looks like parts from a disabled repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology.
It had to have a
Anything
USB
new
port.
had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
UPS.
How did you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages and secured drops in civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home, and Father would send a small ship.
Haystrom was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not Vorcha, but we repair what most people would throw away. Hundreds of the ships in our fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
Does that salvaged gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shepard, I checked everything I sent here. I passed up great finds because they might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which possibility is worse. That I got sloppy and sent something dangerous, or that Father
Everybody's
actually
simultaneous
did
neck
What is
cracking.
that?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, that was really creepy.
I didn't send anything that could have caused this, except this intact repair drone. I don't know what happened.
That could possibly repair
Yeah.
things, because it's a drone that repair... Wait a minute.
Oop, ow.
It's like sending a bomb in the mail and being really surprised when it explodes. No, running out of time. Quick, monies. No, we need stuff and things. Ah, so close.
Someone nicely stacked this dead Quarian on top of this box.
Well, I wanted to make sure you saw it. This is what you did.
Who's running the system diagnostic? I didn't authorize... Oh, Keela. How many Geth are networked?
All of them. Rail Zora.
Shut it down! Shut everything down! They're in the system!
The Geth is coming from inside the house!
Well, so here's my question. This is the future, right? So why couldn't they simply get network access to those particular files to figure out exactly what was going on? I think that would have been like the first thing that you would want to do with a weird incident like this. You'd want to check out logs, you know, to see what possibly happened, especially if somebody's working on a project. You know, reasons. So you wouldn't have to listen to this in person.
Oh, I hacked him, but there's nobody for him to fight, so he's just standing there.
That works too. So just shoot him. A lot.
Well, actually, no, I'll just wait for Garrus's power to recharge and then overload him again. And then...
There we go. Perfect.
Wow.
Easy.
So, they didn't get. God, who's gonna clean that up? Wait, did that box have a tap? Is that a space keg?
Free money.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people had to die for that. See what I mean? Look. It looks like a
I
space
assume
keg.
it's like a water container or something.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's water.
We locked down navigation. Weapons are offline. Our mistake won't endanger the fleet. They're burning through the door. I don't have much time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jonah, if you get this, be strong for Daddy. Mommy loves you very much.
I don't think she's gonna want to see this.
Yeah, exactly. That's not gonna traumatize a kid. Mommy loves you.
Right.
Ah. That's terrible.
It is. Not to mention the fact it makes no sense for you having to watch each of these in parts across several computers. That's like having to check your email on your cell phone, your laptop, your tablet, and then go to work and finally finish it there. That's just stupid.
I don't know. Cable companies offer that now as a feature.
Yeah, but you don't do it in parts. You can do it from all those locations in its entirety.
What you mean to say you're not forced to do it that way, it's an option. See, basically, you can't hack the really strong ones until after you damage them, which means that they're not as valuable as they would have been before you attack them.
Yeah. So even if you do hack them, they're going to die real quick as it is. Hence the suicide thing.
There we go!
Man, somebody put some of the caffeine in Garrus's coffee that's like beyond the tolerance of his species or something? He seems really excited.
I think I'm gonna need the heavy now because I got two hunters in here now.
Yeah, well, I think we need to send him a memo that cloaking tech is not fooling anyone. You have this big, giant, hulking mech that's shimmering there. It's like, you're not really stealthy as much as you think. Just saying. It's not just a regular overload, it's a heavy overload.
Okay, I think that may be it for this room.
It better. Too bad that health pack couldn't help you out.
Okay, it's just a spawn closet. Oh, and hello, he disappeared.
Told you, self-cleaning Geth.
Money, 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 money!
Oh, that was hard.
Who's putting all the quarry... Here, the problem here is all the Quarians have a combat instinct that leads them to want to climb up on a box with it
on
and
boxes,
die.
Yeah. It's the table dancers inside them.
No, those are sorry.
This console might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left.
Enough to make a bite? Maybe?
Possibly a nibble. That face mask is really pointy. How
They
do you
were
not poke yourself
performing
with that?
experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
Do you know what kind of tests your father was running?
No, Father just told me to send back any Geth technology I could find that wasn't a direct danger to the fleet. I suspected he might be testing weapons, but I thought he was just working on new ways to bypass shields or armor.
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shepard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques. I don't understand all of it. But they may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible.
And he will have to be the one exiled.
What was all this, Father? You promised you'd build me a house on the homeworld. Was this going to bring us back home?
Maybe it's time for your people to let go of reclaiming your world from the Geth.
You have no idea what it's like. You have a planet to go back to. My home is one hull breach away from extinction.
You've got a place here, Tali. Don't throw it away in a war you don't need.
Don't need? Shepard, if I don't wear a helmet in my own home, I die. A single kiss could put me in the hospital. Every time you touch a flower with bare fingers, inhale its fragrance without air filters, you're doing something I can't. Damn the pilgrimage. Without it, I might never have known what I was missing, what we had lost when we lost our homeworld.
Have the Quarians considered colonizing a new world?
We'd have enough difficulty reacclimating to our own native environment. Adjusting for exposure to a foreign colony would be even harder. It's the difference between 60 years and 600. For anyone alive now to watch a sunset without a mask, we must take back our home. At the very least, we can take back one ship. Come on.
Okay, so I said before that one of the harder things in Mass Effect 1 was doing the prep and the conversation so that you don't have to kill Wrex. Well, the thing that's similarly, if not more difficult in this game is preventing the Quarians from going to war against the Geth.
Do we care? Are we caring about that?
Actually, we do.
Really? Why? Do they get wiped out if they try?
Well, somebody gets wiped out.
Tali becomes the last survivor of her species, or quite the opposite? Maybe the Quarians are trying to morph themselves into a non-biological life form so they can live anywhere. They're trying to merge themselves with Geth health. They're gonna breed a new race. I see you.
There we go. Fire in the hole.
Be a great time for those grenades, don't you think?
Okay.
Ew. Don't forget the monies. It's all about the monies. So what happens if you never go for any of the cash?
Then you won't be able to afford the upgrades, and not being able to afford all the weapon and ship upgrades also increases the chance of either failing the final mission or having people die while doing it.
Wow, really? So you can't just like call up the government and say, "Hey, I need cash," you know?
Nope. Since you don't work for them anymore, and a lot of them don't like you.
What about Cerberus? Cerberus doesn't have any cash? Come on. Don't buy it.
Attempts failed. The Geth have an adaptive consciousness. Hack one process and the others autocorrect. Still, we're making progress. Rail Zora is convinced we'll have a viable system in less than a year. This weapon will put our people back on the homeworld, and it's all because of Rail Zora.
Okay, so her dad was basically attempting to make a weapon that could be used in taking the Quarian homeworld back from the Geth. That's the idea.
Well, that I sussed. It's just, you know, obviously it didn't work.
Father! No. You always had a plan. Masked life signs or an onboard medical stasis program, maybe. You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me.
Hey, come here.
Come here, give us a hug.
Let's hug it all out.
I love how the option of being nice to a character means you have to stop the dialogue so you don't hear what she was going to say next.
You got nothing to be sorry about.
Maybe he would have known I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
You know, like all those logs we've been watching.
His credit card. Maybe the house keys.
Tali, if you are listening, then I am dead. The Geth have gone active. I don't have much time. The main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangerel and Darozen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
He knew you'd come for him. He was trying to help you. It's not perfect. It's not what you wanted. But it's the best he could do.
I don't know what's worse. Thinking he never really cared, or thinking that he did, and that this was the only way he could show it. It doesn't matter. One way or the other, I cared. And I'm here. And we're ending this.
I'm gonna express how much I care in the way I fire my gun.
With bullets.
Because that's how characters in this game play their roles. With bullets.
And cash.
Yeah, and hacking for cash.
Actually, what would have been hysterical is in the middle of her little monologue there about losing Daddy is Shepard had to say, "Oh, excuse me a second, I need to use this cash point." Okay, Tali, what were you saying? Dad dead? Got it. Wow, two in the same room.
Yeah.
Jeebus.
I don't know.
President had this little mini game to hack the Geth in the middle of actual combat.
Okay. Did I already get that one?
That particular log? I think so, because that led into the room with Daddy.
Exactly. I got it. Oh, hello.
Sure could use some grenades, don't you think?
Light them up.
He shot the safety glass. Yep. They're gonna know you're coming now. Wait, you're gonna try and sneak up on the log? No, you're gonna get money first.
And get the model ship.
Oh, sweet, get the model ship. Oh my god, we have to get the model ship. My kid's gonna love this. Now, is there some explodey box that you can hit to, like, totally wound them first, or... Well, apparently not. Is it weird for half a second I thought it's like, okay, what you really should be using your sword. Wait a minute. Hold on while I get these giant heavy weapons, thank you. Zappies. Oh, kneecapping's not quite working. Oh, go for the coin. Ugh. Is he floating in midair?
Not anymore. Quarian console. Get evidence.
Get evidence. Yeah, and a big giant button mark.
Is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any Geth.
We didn't miss any.
It looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened.
Haven't you ever heard of the
what
cloud?
Father did.
Come on.
You sound like you don't really want to hear it.
No. We have to. I know. I just... This is terrible, Shepard. I don't want to know that he was part of this.
Do we have enough parts to bring more online?
Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more Geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No. We're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the
No,
world.
not again.
I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue.
We'd have an easier time of it if Tali Zora could send back more working material.
Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback. Leave Tali out of this. Assemble a new Geth with what we have. Bypass security protocols if need be.
It sounds like he was doing this for you.
I never wanted this, Shepard. Keela, I never wanted this. Everything here is his fault. I tried to pretend it didn't point to him, but this... When this comes up in the trial, they'll... We can't tell them. Not the admirals, not anyone.
Okay, so basically she can clear herself, but only by blaming her dead dad.
Blaming dad.
And she doesn't want to do it. So we have the option of either forcing her to do that, or following her wishes.
We're not going to decide anything here. Let's see what the admirals say once we get back.
You're my captain in this hearing, Shepard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on. If we wait too long, they'll decide we're already dead, and none of this will matter.
How can you exile a dead guy?
I think the only thing you gain by forcing her to blame her dad is a role play thing. If you just feel that that's the right thing, then you can do it. But I don't think it actually. I'm not sure it practically helps.
To face facts.
Does it? Yeah, but
There
does
has
it hurt?
been no word.
Does she like
There
hit
is
you or
no
something?
reason to think
She
Tali
never
Zora's-
talk to you ever again. You blame my
Sounds like
father.
the hearing is already underway.
It's only been a few hours.
Have these people ever heard of
Marines
couches?
lasted less than 5 minutes, Admiral. Call it.
With the other I lost, I recommend posthumously exiling Tali Zora.
Busted. What? It was agreed that Tali Zora would not be convicted if she were killed in action.
It was suggested, Admiral. I recall no agreement. To that end, I call for an immediate vote.
Okay, well that
I
doesn't
call
sound
for
great.
immediate fixing of shoulders.
Very well. Is the Admiralty Board...
Yeah, see, this is the kind of scene we should have had before.
Should have
There
had
should have been
before,
an
right.
initial scene here where they
But
laid
no, we
out
got
the
the line
charges.
dance.
Sorry we're late.
Okay, so this is where we decide?
Yeah, pretty much.
We cleared the Geth from the Alarai. It should be safe for your people to return.
Thank you. We sincerely appreciate your efforts.
Yeah, so
to
we
aid
missed the whole
Quarian
thing
people.
establishing these different
Did you
admirals and their
find anything
personalities
on
and their
the Alarai that
agendas.
could clarify what happened there?
Shepard, please.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
Okay, so basically, yeah, if we have no evidence, basically they just
Don't
convict
need
her,
evidence,
and I
we're wasting our
don't.
time.
Yeah,
Yes, here it
we
is.
don't have to. Or we yes the evidence, which means her dad gets blamed and she's unhappy with us. But I've got a Paragon option here, so I'm gonna use it.
Tali helped me defeat Saren and the Geth at the Citadel. That should be all the evidence you need.
I fail to see what relevance.
You're not really interested in Tali, are you? This trial isn't about her. It's about the Geth.
This hearing has nothing to do with the Geth.
You want people to sympathize with them. Hangarel wants to go to war. None of you care about Tali. She knows more about the Geth than any other Quarian alive. You should be listening to her, not putting her on trial. Tali Zora saved the Citadel. She saved the Alarai. She showed the galaxy the value of the Quarian people. I can't think of stronger evidence than that.
Except it has nothing to do with what she's charged with.
Are the Admirals prepared to render the judgment?
I love how their Admiralty board just all stands up next to a terminal, just like the council on the Citadel does. Like the same poses and everything. They probably copied and pasted them on.
Tali Zora, in light of your history of service, we do not find sufficient evidence to convict. You are cleared of all charges. Commander Shepard, please accept these gifts in appreciation for you taking the time to represent one of our people.
So not only do you win a trial, but you also win a brand new car. No. It's so weird. I think when I played through this first time, I did not have enough Paragon points to use that. So the only options you get are if you blame the dad, then she gets cleared, but she's upset with you, and I'm not sure if that counts as a failure. Or you can do what she wants and not present any evidence, in which case she's convicted and exiled, and so the name change just becomes permanent in that Tali just lives on the Normandy now, can't go back to the fleet, and that's that.
Yeah, seems like a win-win either way.
If you appreciate me, then listen. The Reapers are coming. I'm going to need your help to stop them. Please don't throw away your lives against the Geth.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. I hope this board carefully considers your advice.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, Tali Zora Vas Normandy. Kila Salai.
And the name change apparently is permanent, regardless of conviction, I guess.
I can't believe you pulled that off. What you said. I've never had anyone speak like that on my behalf. Thank you for being there for my father and me. Even when... Thank you.
We can still go back in and get you exiled if you want.
Thanks.
That's funny.
But I'm fine with things like this. It's fun watching you shout.
Tali, about what your father said. What he did. You deserved better.
I got better, Shepard. I got you.
Again, another one of those things that seems written for the male Shepard, which is like, you're my new daddy.
You're my hero.
Come on, Tali Zora Vas Normandy. Let's get back to our ship.
Thank you, Captain.
This is valuable.
That's so... Oh,
what?
Is
that a jump cut?
No, it's like right after the cutscene ends, the other actions are, which is the rewards for doing the mission.
Valuable.
And that, this is how you're like, thanks, Tali, we saved you. But this is valuable.
It's like, whoa,
money. It's weird.
My God, you're such a Ferengi.
I think now we might be able to talk to some of the people.
Oh, you think you can get the cutscene to run?
The admirals thought they were hobbling you by forcing you to represent her, Shepard. I'm glad.
Keeps prompting you to end the mission, though.
You didn't.
I hope we don't get stuck here like we did at the end of Morden's mission.
I am sure he would have left you a message if it had time.
We found Rail's body. He left a message for Tali.
I can only imagine how horrible this is for you, child. But at least you got to hear your father tell you he loved you.
Yes. Thank you, Admiral.
No, I think we might have a chance to talk with Rhaegar and Vitor, who were the two Quarians we saved in the earlier missions. The one on Haestrom and the one on...
what, to get all nostalgic up in here?
I knew they wouldn't exile Tali.
Okay, so now we get a chance to talk to the Admirals as well.
You called us on the carpet out there, Shepard, and you were right. Thank you. Tali shouldn't have been involved in that argument. Tell me, though, honestly, what did you find over there? You spoke well, but I know a feint when I see it.
Tali, is there anything the Admiral should know?
We found a lot of dead bodies, Admiral. Including my father's, that's all. Whatever research they were doing was destroyed.
I'll take your word for it, Tali.
Okay, I wasn't going to ruin the success of the mission by snitching on her at that point, so...
Yep.
It was dead! Yeah, see, there was supposed to be an initial trial presentation, after which you were supposed to learn the political leanings of all the different characters in a setting just like this one. Then we were supposed to do the combat mission, then come back and have the second cutscene, and then do this, which is the Fallout.
But something broke!
Yeah. I'll see if I can redo it and reinsert.
Thank you for your help on the Alarai. And thank you for helping Rail Zora's daughter. You stood for her when we...
Basically, like, one of them pretended to be nice, but really wasn't, and the other guy was being a jerk, but was actually doing it for the right reason.
Mm-hmm.
The other Admirals told me that you're pushing for peace. Push hard.
Believe me, Commander,
And basically, one of them wants peace with the Geth, if it's achievable, whether or not it means being able to retake the homeworld, and one of them wants to initiate a war with the Geth in order to justify getting
the
back
homeworld back, whether they get it or not.
Yeah. Now is Vitor over here? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So here's Vitor.
Shepard, how did you get onto the Raya?
Through the door.
Shepard came and helped me deal with the trial.
I saw. You talked the Admirals into acquitting Tali. That was a good speech. Is there any way I can help?
Do you remember anything else about the Collectors? Anything at all?
Nothing new. I'm sorry. Every time I go back to that place in my mind, I...
Vitor, come back. It's okay.
Come back to Jamaica.
Help, but I can't. I didn't see anything, and what I remember...
Don't worry, Vitor. We're going to find the things that did this, and we're going to kill them.
Good. Thank you.
Notice that Tali Tali is definitely more on the side of take back the homeworld, even if it means going to war with the Geth.
Take care of yourself, Vitor. Not many could have gone through what you did and come out sane.
I know. I didn't. But thank you, Commander. It's only because of your help that I've come this far.
Maybe I'll get sane someday.
Maybe not at all costs, but okay, that's another admiral. Where is Rhaegar? Okay, here's Rhaegar. Ask Rhaegar about grenades.
Nice talking, Shepard. Funny how it takes a commander to remind the admirals about military honor. Glad they're off your back, ma'am. And that you didn't have to give them that evidence you found on the LRI.
Ask him about grenades.
I didn't say anything about finding evidence, Carl.
Noticed that, ma'am.
Oh, he mammed him.
Any idea what your next assignment is going to be?
I'm going to be escorting more techs around to look for signs of dark energy buildup. Maybe see if they can figure out what's causing it. Wherever they send me, it'll have to be less exciting than Haystrom.
What's your take on the war? Are the admirals going to try to retake the homeworld?
I won't shy away from a fight, but if the admirals throw the fleet at the Geth, all they'll get back is scrap metal. The best bet would be for us to find another way. But a soldier can't say unless his superiors ask.
Stay safe out there, Rhaegar.
You too, Shepard. Ma'am.
Carl.
Don't forget the grenades.
Tali.
I'll work on that, ma'am.
Oh, another ma'am. It's just mean.
Yeah. Okay, and there's one more admiral.
Very impressive speech, Commander Shepard. But tell me truly, did you recover any of Rael Zora's research on the Alarai?
Nothing that will help you, Admiral.
Another recognizable voice there.
Oh well. Whatever is created can be recreated.
Is that Claudia?
Yeah.
I greatly enjoyed seeing you call the other admirals out on their politicking, and I am pleased that Tali was not exiled.
I hope your people find a solution that doesn't involve a devastating war with the Geth.
As do I, Commander.
Yeah, so basically there's like a pro-war, an anti-war, and a let's find a third way option. Okay, alright, so we've talked to all the admirals now, we've resolved the mission. Time to go back to the Normandy.
Because, it's home now.
Oh, for Tali it is, yeah. Tali's not dead and not guilty. How is it possible?
Congratulations, Tali Zora. I was skeptical about your choice in captains, but I see now I was wrong.
Thank you, Captain.
How do you stand on Picard versus Kirk?
You'll always have a place on the ride, whenever you decide to come home. Good luck out there.
Okay, so we unlock Tali's outfit and her other power, and we got a tech damage upgrade.
Wow, we're just like tripping through this.
Okay, so I think that's the main core of loyalty missions. I think we still have like some side stuff to do, like Zaid and Kasumi, and if we get a chance, we can do those. But I think we're ready to let the next plot mission happen, and that's what we'll do next time, probably.
Okay, well, tune us on then. Thanks for watching.
From the last episode, the mother of the kid that Morinth killed. Thank you for avenging my daughter. My nephew deserved better than this. I couldn't give it to her, but at least you killed the bitch who took what little she had away.
Wow.
Well,
thank you for killing the bitch.
Mass Effect features adult languages and themes. What was that Saturday Night Live skit with Will Ferrell in it? Bitch Hunter?
I don't think I saw one.
Really? You haven't seen it?
Oh, please. I haven't watched SNL since the late 80s, early 90s.
I'm not even sure it was in that. I think it was actually a fake SNL skit that appeared in 30 Rock.
Those are probably the better than the original.
As a show on the same network as 30 Rock, because 30 Rock was about a show like Saturday Night Live. It would just be these little like a promo spot where, like Will Ferrell would like come into the shot and say, "Time to kill some bitches," and like cock a shotgun before running into the women's room. That's really weird.
Wow. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of them got very simplistic and repetitive. They think it's funny once, it should be funny 50 times.